Hey ladies, we are so glad you are here. It's week 4. If you have not joined us before, welcome. We are Orchard Ruston. We are a mom's group and we are just here to encourage you as you spend these days at home right now during the quarantine. If you have missed the last 3 weeks, they are still there. You can go back and check them out at any time. Devotionals, music, crafts, things for the kids, all sorts of stuff. If you are looking for Easter resources, they are all last week's videos. So just scroll back a little bit and you'll find everything you need. This week we are working on how to take care of ourselves, especially right now when we are indoors most of the time. Right now we still have the luxury of getting out, so please take advantage of that. But there are other things that are affecting our health and our well-being and things like that. So that's what we're here to talk about today. And I'm going to continue talking about what I have been talking about for the last 3 weeks, and that is the 10 steps to thriving at home. We have talked about the number one thing, that is getting in the Word, starting your day as a child of God and not rushing into all of your duties as a wife and a mama and all the other things that you do. So starting with Him, and then the next two were getting dressed and getting out in creation, and how just getting dressed prepares you for your day, whatever the Lord has for you, and how getting in creation just connects you with God and raises your spirits like no other. We can't explain it, but we know it's true. And so those are wonderful ways to just help fight some of the battle that goes on in our emotions and in our brains and in our attitudes and all those things. Later on, Rebecca is going to talk about our emotions, especially how they are right now during this season. And she is going to talk about how it is okay to not be okay. And so I'm going to gloss over a little bit of that and let her take that for us in a little while. So I'm going to continue with my 10 steps, and they relate very well to what she's going to talk about. I'm skipping ahead to some of mine because they go with the service project that she's going to introduce. And that is a service project to help us. I know it's weird to have a service project for you, but sometimes you just need to stop and take care of you, and that's okay. And this week leading into Easter, we thought it was a good time to do that. While we are doing all the things to prepare for a different kind of Easter, we're going to try to take care of us too, so that we can be the wife and the mama that we want to be. And so we can teach our children the real things of Easter and do them calmly and with joy and not with guilt over what we should be doing or what we want to be doing or the way we wanted all of this to look, because it's not going to look the same this year, and that's okay. So I'm going to briefly go through 3 of the points just because they relate to this service project, and we don't really need to spend too much time talking about it. They're pretty self-explanatory. So the first one is get in water, and that may be a bath for you, a bath for grumpy kids who are arguing. It may be the sprinkler for all of you. It just get in water. It changes moods. There is something miraculous about God's creation, and water is part of that. And the next one is do something with your hands. For you, that could be gardening or scrapbooking or something that you just haven't done in years, or something new that you want to try, and now you might have the time to do it. I like to organize, and I like to see instant gratification things like clearing clutter and cleaning and decorating and things like that. And I have the time to do that right now. And so take advantage of those things right now and just enjoy the gifts and the skills that God has given you. So the next thing is phone a friend. That could be an actual phone call. We're not used to those in this world of texting. Or it could be right now, like everybody is taking advantage of Zoom and Marco Polo and just different things like that, FaceTime. Take advantage of those things, see a face, hear a voice, and see what it does for your spirits. Just having that encouragement that's not always in a text message is there's just something wonderful about it. So get in water, do something with your hands, and phone a friend. Those are 3 things, but I want to share one more with you that's a little bigger. And that is just the importance of staying healthy right now. And I'm not talking about washing your hands and all that. We hear enough of that, right? And those things are all good, but I am not a medical professional. So I'm going to tell you the way that I make sure I stay healthy. We talked about in the very first video just the importance of healthy food and taking our vitamins and drinking lots of water. You know those things, so I'm not going to go into great detail about them. I'm not here to push a certain kind of exercise or a certain kind of eating or anything like that. But these are just my checkpoints. So yesterday I woke up with a headache, and this is where my brain just kind of went through all these things step by step, like where did I mess up? And oh, it's so easy to pinpoint once you start paying attention. The way God created us, He gives our body signals and red flags, and we can pay attention or we can choose to ignore them and push through. That headache was not an accident. I woke up with a headache because I did not take care of my body the day before, the night before, the days leading up to that, and I paid for it this morning. And I had my way to get out of that little funk and to heal that headache. And so you can do the same thing, and just a little preventative measure can go a long way. So the things I check for, I've got my list right here, so I'm just going to read them. How's my energy doing without coffee? when I first wake up at 3 p.m., at 7 p.m., how's my energy? How's it looking without the help of caffeine? Or sugar or things like that that are not good for us. How am I sleeping? Am I letting myself sleep? Do I go to bed at a decent time? Do I take naps when I need them? How's my skin? Skin is a big indicator. I had a few too many Reese's eggs the other day, and probably in the next day or so, I'm going to pay for that. So your skin is a huge indicator of what's going on inside your body and with your stress level. So pay attention to it. Use it to your advantage to kind of get a clue of what's going on. Also, where are your cravings? Those Reese's Easter eggs, that was what I was craving. I was craving sugar and more caffeine because I was not sleeping. My energy was dragging, and I was using things to try to help that were not going to help. So what am I craving? Am I craving water and fruits and vegetables and some time outside? Or am I craving the couch and the Easter candy? So see where your problems are and see what you can do about them. The next thing is, how are your emotions? How's your stress and your anxiety? Again, Rebecca's going to get into that, and she has a good word from the Lord for you about that. But use those things as indicators of something that's going on that needs to be taken care of. First place, it's going to the Lord, going to friends, and then checking your nutrition to see how are you doing with that. Are you sleeping enough? Are you getting outside in the sunshine? But always start with the Lord when your emotions start to go haywire. The next thing is digestion. I am talking about everything from heartburn to bloating to all the other things. How is your body working? Is it not working? Those are signals, and we need to take them as signals that we are not eating the right things or at the right time, maybe. Maybe we're not getting enough water. Everybody's different, and we can talk details of that in the comments if you do have questions and you want to know some more. You can do some Googling, but again, I'm not here to push my way or anyone else's way, but just to encourage you to pay attention to your body, because God gives us those signals for a reason. The last one is aches and pains, like me waking up with a headache. It was not normal. It's not something that I deal with on a regular basis, so it was a sign that something was wrong and something that I needed to pay attention to. And I was able to pinpoint so many reasons that I woke up with that headache. But just look at what hurts. There are conditions, we know that, where aches and pains are normal. But for most young moms, daily aches and pains are not normal. And so maybe it's something that we need to get checked out by a doctor. Maybe it's simply that we're just not taking care of ourselves and we're not getting that rest and water and good nutrition and things like that that we need to. Sometimes we may be overdoing it, especially if you've recently had a baby or something like that, and you just need to pay attention to what's hurting. Are your knees tired? Do your hips hurt? Is your back tired? Do you need to do some stretches? Things like that. So just paying attention, taking care of ourselves, especially with this week of Easter. We don't know what to expect. We don't know how we are going to feel come Saturday when we're not doing egg hunts, and on Sunday when we're not at church and with our families. So anything we can do right now to be in the Word, lift our spirits, get dressed, even on Sunday morning when you're like, what's the point? Why? You know, why would I even do this? We don't get to go to church. Do it. Get dressed every day. Get in the Word. Take care of yourselves. You are doing this for you. You're also doing this for your family. We just pray that this time would be a blessing for your family and something that you can look back on and think, okay, that was a strange time, but it was good. Good things came from that time. And we know from Scripture that God does everything for our good and His glory. So, trust and obey. That is what I'm going to send you away with. Trust and obey. We don't understand, but we can trust. We don't understand, but we've been given clear clues and clear commandments, and we obey, and we just do the next right thing. We take that next step, whatever that may be. And today, that may simply just be taking care of you and your people. So we want to encourage you in that. We want to just let you know that we love you, and we are so glad that you are here today. Stay tuned. We have just some sweet things coming your way, and we hope that you can find this as a morning of rest, and that your kids will have fun. We have Kids Hour again, so stay tuned. Hang out with us. Again, these videos don't go away, so if you need to catch some later, do that. But come back and leave some comments or questions if you need to. And again, we are so thankful for your time this morning. We don't take it lightly. So thank you for joining us.